Alright, hello everyone. I just want to talk a bit about the community. I'll not be giving anyone's names, but I may say some server names, just not individuals, because, they're a server, they're a bigger part. And to me, it honestly sucks, not the main community, like the cubecraft Discord, but the, sub-communities and everything like that. The people that are meant to be bring players into the bigger community and show how great the server is. So I'll start with this. When I uploaded my first video saying how I hate cubecraft and the community, I got DMs on Discord. One saying, "Hey, I'm going to say this here because I don't feel like starting an argument with other people in the comment of your video or bringing a bunch of attention to myself. You didn't really talk about this part in the video, but being considered new gen is so terrible in this community. I'm really careful about what I say, and I literally am never toxic unless it's towards hackers. But a few people in the new gen group are really gross and annoying. There's no denying that. But because of those people, all new gen players get generalized and are assumed to be like the toxic ones. It is so difficult to just chill with the older, more original players because they don't recognize me and instantly hate me. I've managed to become friends with a few of them, but the rest just assume I'm a bad person because I'm new to the community. I'm not even new to the server itself. I've been playing since servers came out on Xbox. I have a pretty small friend group on the server that is in the same situation as me. And we are all taking a break because it's just not fun to be generalized into a group of people that is disliked. I'm even considering permanently quitting cubecraft, just because it gets exhausting being half in the community to the point where people know who I am, while the other half is just people hating on me." That's what he told me. But this community should not be targeting people who are new to the game. These new players are what is going to keep the server running. We, old gen, in quotes, won't be buying ranks again after buying the Egg Wars rank or the Sky Wars rank and stuff like that. These new players who allow us older players to continue to play, those are the people who allow us to continue to play years later. But recently, as you can see, CubeCraft 1.8 servers are preparing to shut down on June 15th. This isn't because the players were not playing it. They still had a couple hundred players, but because there are no new players coming to 1.8 servers to keep it going, to show support for it, the players were slowly dropping. The point is, we're all going to stop playing CubeCraft at some point. Maybe after a few months, years. These new gen players are going to take over and continue the liveliness of the server. When I started playing on the server, I was on mobile. I wasn't active in the community. This was in around September, August of 2019 when I started creating player reports. It was in late 2019 when I moved to Xbox. In early 2020, I bought the Windows 10 edition in late March. Around late April, I met a player named Related Noobs in the CubeCraft Discord. This kid was very nice and open about the community and everything. I met Redned, or Related, not Redned. I met Related before I was even on leaderboards. I met Related when I was one of the new gen, and he was top 25 in leaderboards, I believe. Sure, I played a while before, but that is the same case that this player that I was talking about earlier. I know who the player is, and I've seen him in my stream chat and comments many times before, and I was surprised he was getting called new gen and toxic. And that's one thing that I got messaged about. No, this isn't the only thing I'm going to talk about. There's also people targeting individuals with this toxicity. These people are not new gen. They've been in the server and have been active for nearly the same time I have. This isn't only me, but others as well. If it was only me, I wouldn't be making this video about it. On March 31st, 2021, a Discord server, Lamau Clan, I'm saying the name because it's a large server, posted in the announcements channel. Please dislike this vid. It means so much to me at here. This video wasn't of me at all, but I have a similar experience with this. Now imagine that you are new to the CubeCraft community and this happens to you. What are you meant to do? I know these dislikes cannot affect my content creation myself, but what about these smaller people? What if they get targeted with that? These communities are so bewildering and stupidity for me. I am genuinely confused by this. These same people get so annoyed when this type of stuff happens to them or their friends. They act like they're just better than everyone else and that their friend group is at the top. That happens to a lot of these communities. For another example, I'll be using CubeWorld. This is an external community in cubecraft which had a lot of racism, harassment, doxing, raiding, and trolling behind their server, as well as corruption in staff. They allowed harassment for actual months and multiple counts. They allowed an admin to make heinous claims about a younger person in their own server publicly. They allowed the same user to harass and dox the same people for actual months. These people, this person is still in that server and only got demoted when he was... It didn't get demoted. He did not get demoted when he was at his peak. He got banned once, but since he is friends with the admins and owners, he now has a staff role again, which should be helper when I was writing this. I don't think he's helper right now, but he did get helper back just a few weeks ago when I looked in CubeWorld. Remember, this guy has said horrible things as well as doxed and harassed individuals. Why are these types of people allowed in the community, especially as ones that could be seen as higher up as they are a staff member in the external community server? Another thing would be how people in these communities talk to each other. Here would be a quote from a DM to someone I know, which should have never gotten this response. He done nothing to instigate or start this. It all began with an individual opening the DM. Man, your dog, blank. Please stop thinking you're good. You will blank get blanked on by any non in the awful server. Kindly, in different words, shut up. You're useless to society. You'll never be as good as Darkstray or get close, even with a macro Lamau. Now, I will not say the person's name that received this. No, I will not say the person that received this did absolutely nothing, but he got accusated by one of the persons in the person's friend group and set his status as a joke about him getting accusated by them. Does he deserve that horrible response, though? No, he didn't. Specifically the part where it says you're useless to society. Why does this need to be said? I mean, if you're mad at him for having a joke as his status, you don't need to say this. Just ask. Okay, I've also seen people call themselves a good person, and they are not toxic, but you are. A line from an artist I regularly listen to is, "You always telling me you could do better. Shut up and show me then." That song is called "All of My Soul" by Ryan Carveo. But these same people will go out of their way to harass and target people, just like the Lamau server. They will go out of their way and get people to target in games and cross-team against them. Again, I wouldn't be saying this if I was the only one. I had a DM with an individual that got his friends to target another individual to purposely slow down their games and camp against them. I did bring this up as a joke, and the person did say they got people to snipe the person's games to make them longer. These same people call people they know who are younger, watching, interacting with their streams, videos, pathetic and to get a life. These same people call me toxic for saying you're bad when I say it because they break a rule on the server, or I'm actually but these same people call me toxic for what I say. Yeah, I could recognize what I could do is seen as toxic, but they can't see this in themselves, or what they do could be seen as even more toxic, and in my opinion it is. In my view, nobody deserves any type of hatred or anything like that. I know I do it myself, saying you're bad, but I do not go out of my way to send any personal attacks or even messages about people. I always say it behind the screen. I never message them or say it directly to them. I just say, "Oh my god, you're bad," and I say this with everything. Blocks, lucky blocks, whatever it is. If it doesn't drop what I want, I just go, "Oh, you're bad," and you can see that in one of my other videos. I try very hard to not say it directly towards someone, especially over a DM, but if a person is going to blame me for it actively in front of people, trust me, those things about them will be said, and it's what I believe about them. But I still don't believe even though it should be said. On April 21st, I had a live stream that involved this, and a few minutes later, after I ended the stream, that video was set to be unlisted. It was my fault for saying the person's name, and I took it out of my responsibility to hide the video from everyone else. But I get blamed for this outlandish toxic behavior when these same people that accuse me of do it themselves, and sometimes it's worse. And again, shut up and show me then. Being the better person shouldn't be about what you show, but what you do. What do you do to show improvement, to show your wrongs? Mine will never hurt me. I will say where I came from. I told many people what I thought a few years ago about the community, about their community. But these people that I hated so long ago, I apologized for that and told them about what I've thought in the past. It's like, that is me showing you that. Well, with that being said, guys, have a great rest of your day and good luck with everything else. Good luck.
You can go and suck an egg.